We can't live on a planet that has one half of the world living in a beautiful forest and the other half starving and struggling to survive.
Some of the poorest places on Earth have some of the worst environmental records because many of those people in poor communities have no voice. Fair trade is the practice of really ensuring that workers don't exist under sweatshop labor conditions and are not disposing of materials in an unhealthy way.
It would be a travesty and a moral outrage if we shut down trade from developing countries, because the greatest engine for the 2 billion people on Earth who still live in grinding poverty is to be able to sell goods and services to the rich world.
It's because we love the continent of Africa. We're here as servants and students of the people of Africa.
I think the image of Africa as a begging bowl is an image that Africans want to get rid of. They want to look after their own people. They want to teach their own children. They want to provide health care. They want to provide housing. They want to be able to do all of that, and they want to work to do it.
Ali and myself are sourcing as much as we can of our Eden Apparel label here in Lesotho.
Eden is a little clothing company started by Bono and myself with the aim to kind of raise Africa back into the world of trade. This is actually produced in Uganda. The more trade we can put into Africa, the better for everyone from the grower to the sower.
Aid helps for sure, but trade is more sustainable. If you can give someone an occupation so they can support their family, it's a sustainable thing.
What we want to do in Africa is make everything as African as possible, because that's the best way to encourage trade there. Bono and I met when we were in school. I was 12 and he was 13. And now we have 4 children. I think since I met Bono, it's just been a roller coaster. I don't think we had time to stop and think, you know, I didn't even think he'd really be in a band. The only thing I ever was kind of sure of as a kid was that I would see the world. We went to Africa for the first time in 1985 after the Live Aid concert. We just fell in love with the country and the spirit of the people. They're very alive spiritually, just smiling, as they do all the time, even when things are going really bad. These are our new prints. This is the first flower of spring. It's the japonica plant, kind of mixing the feminine with kind of a harder, edgy sort of girl. We knew if we were going to create a company, a clothing line that was going to be successful, we had to have a great designer.
I'm interested in creating and designing clothes. I'm not interested in making clothes look like they're sustainable.
We are a for-profit business. We're not a charity, and it's really important that that's understood. Because every time Bono would go down to Africa and talk about this clothing line, they'd say, "It's not charity, is it?" And he'd say, "No, it's not." And they go, "Good." Although they appreciate charity, they want to move on from that. I love this T-shirt. I don't know what it is, but it looks so good with a suit jacket over it.
Typically, with a business model, you have the bottom line. The most important thing to me is the aesthetic. Second thing is to be profitable, because if we're not profitable, then no more business. Third thing is environmental concerns. Got to make sure that we're not abusing the environment and the people.
We completely believe in making sure that everybody along the line is looked after, and that's why working on programs with people in the fields growing the cotton is really important. Also, there's no point in going in and making clothes if the environment's being destroyed in the process.
What we're here for today is a collaboration between Eden and One. One is an organization whose main objective is to make extreme poverty history.
We started talking to them about doing a T-shirt with them. make it in Africa with African cotton, so it's a completely African product.
It's my thumbprint on the continent of Africa, which I thought made it a little more personal and soulful.
They asked me if I would do the photographs of the subjects wearing the t-shirts, and I've been a photographer for many years, so I thought it was a great honor to be involved that way.
I think it turned out really well. A lot of celebrities customized the t-shirt. It's really flattering to see all these people who really give a shit.
So here we have a very simple idea. A t-shirt which promotes the One campaign to make poverty history. And every sale sends $10 back to a fund providing AIDS treatment for those who actually made their shirt, and their partners and their dependents. Without your support, this is just a t-shirt. With your support, it has more than one purpose.
They know that it can't just be a charitable endeavor. It literally has to be rooted in a good business principle, and the designs have to hold up, and the quality has to be good, and the fits have to be right.
Just look at this event. It's enormous what they have done in terms of raising awareness, driving people to one.org to join the One campaign.
I think we're realistic, and we know that this is a long road we've got in front of us, and Africa has a long road in front of us, and we're a tiny company, but we've kind of got a big voice. I mean, I know that there are other companies that we're going to pull out of the suit to, and because of us talking about it, they've decided to stay. Things will improve, and Africa's capabilities will improve, and more business can be done there.